The drama surrounding Mei Miyamoto feels almost unfair to the people standing across the ring from her, because nothing about her appearance warns you about what's coming. At 5'1" and barely over 100 pounds, she doesn't look like someone built for violence. She looks like the kind of person you'd see quietly working in a stylish Tokyo cafe, smiling politely while handing over a perfectly crafted matcha latte. Soft voice, calm expression, harmless energy. The type of woman people instinctively underestimate within seconds of meeting her. And maybe that's exactly why her opponents never realize the danger until it's too late. Because hidden behind that calm exterior are the hands of a national boxing champion, the instincts forged beside Olympic-level athletes, and the mentality of someone who rebuilt her career from scratch just to prove she belonged among the best fighters in the world. Before the titles, before the blood-soaked championship wars, before the undefeated record that started turning heads across Japanese combat sports, Mei Miyamoto was just a young girl growing up in Matsusaka, Japan, a city more famous for premium Wagyu beef than producing elite fighters. Combat sports legends are not supposed to emerge from places like that, but legends rarely ask permission before they appear. Mei started with karate during elementary school, like many Japanese children searching for discipline and structure. At first, it was simply training, another activity, another routine. But over time, something deeper began forming. Karate taught her rhythm, timing, distance, patience. It taught her how to stay calm while chaos unfolded around her. Those lessons would eventually become the foundation of everything she achieved later. At Hisai High School, Mei discovered boxing, and suddenly combat transformed from hobby into obsession. The school itself already carried a strange atmosphere around athletics, almost like it accidentally became a factory for future champions. While Mei sharpened her hands inside the boxing gym, another student nearby, Haruna Okuno, was developing into a future world wrestling champion. The hallways carried the energy of competition constantly. Greatness surrounded them before any of them fully understood who they would become. Mei even trained alongside the wrestlers during conditioning sessions, and according to her own memories, Haruna physically destroyed her during Greco-Roman warm-ups. But instead of discouraging her, that environment hardened her mentally. It taught her what elite athletes looked like before the world recognized them. Everyone around her was chasing something bigger than themselves. And quietly, without fanfare, Mei was doing the same. After high school, she entered Nippon Sports Science University, one of Japan's most respected athletic institutions. That's where boxing stopped being theoretical and became real. The training intensified. Expectations rose, competition sharpened, then came the breakthrough moment that changed everything. In 2019, Mei Miyamoto won the Japanese Women's National Amateur Boxing Championship in the bantamweight division, becoming the first woman from her prefecture ever to accomplish it. That achievement alone would have made her story remarkable, but what happened around her at the same time makes it feel almost cinematic. Training beside Mei at university was another boxer, Seina Iri, the woman who would later win Olympic gold and become one of Japan's most beloved athletes. Before the fame, before the medals, before the global attention, Mei Miyamoto was already there as the senior fighter helping guide her junior through training. That detail matters because it reveals the level Mei already operated at long before most fans learned her name. The Olympics arrived, and with them came a devastating reality. Mei's weight class wasn't included in the Olympic program. It didn't matter how skilled she was. It didn't matter that she was a national champion. The opportunity simply didn't exist for her. Imagine dedicating years mastering a craft only to discover the biggest stage in the world has no place prepared for you. That frustration changes people. Some athletes quit entirely after moments like that. Others stay trapped in bitterness. Mei chose a different path. In 2023, Mei joined the legendary Crazy Bee Gym in Japan and announced she would transition into professional kickboxing under the Rise promotion. On paper, the move sounded natural. Boxing to kickboxing seems close enough to casual fans, but in reality, the adjustment is brutal. Different rhythm, different distance, different timing. Suddenly, kicks enter every exchange and destroy the habits boxers spend years building. Many talented boxers fail completely when they attempt the transition, but Mei carried something into kickboxing that couldn't be taught quickly: elite-level hands. She openly admitted she felt confused early during the transition because kickboxing demanded new instincts entirely. Yet while others focused on adapting kicks, Mei weaponized her greatest strength. Her boxing combinations moved differently than traditional kickboxers. The speed came from years sparring against elite, amateur talent. The accuracy came from national-level competition. Her jab wasn't a setup tool anymore. It became psychological pressure. Opponents couldn't read it, couldn't time it, couldn't survive it comfortably. Her professional debut in Rise revealed the danger instantly. Mei entered as just another debut fighter on a preliminary card. By the time she left the ring, people understood they had witnessed something far more serious. Across 3 rounds, her opponent looked overwhelmed by punches arriving from impossible angles. Then came the left hook that dropped her cleanly. Total domination. Unanimous decision. The beginning of the undefeated streak. Most fighters slowly climb rankings after debuting. Mei accelerated through them like someone trying to make up for lost years. Soon she faced ranked contender Wakana Miyazaki, a veteran considered far too experienced for someone with only 2 professional kickboxing bouts. Analysts predicted the former boxer would finally crash into reality. Instead, Mei outboxed a seasoned kickboxing contender and won convincingly. Suddenly, the conversation changed. She wasn't a boxing convert anymore. She was a genuine threat to the division. And what made her rise even more fascinating was how normal she remained outside the ring. While many fighters project aggression constantly, Mei spent her free time café hopping around Tokyo, searching for pastries and coffee shops. She loved comedians more than fighters. She once joked that maybe she should have chosen dance instead of combat sports, something prettier and less violent. That contradiction became part of her identity. The woman casually discussing desserts in cafes during interviews was the same woman splitting guards apart with combinations powerful enough to change fights instantly. Inside Crazy Bee, her confidence evolved further. The gym gave her more than technical growth. It gave her belief. Mei started carrying herself differently, positive, calm, focused. She wanted to help establish kickboxing inside a gym mostly known for MMA and wrestling. She didn't just want personal success. She wanted to become part of something larger. Fight after fight, the victories continued piling up. Veterans fell. International opponents fell. Commentators started using words usually reserved for future superstars. Too strong, too sharp, too advanced for someone so early in her kickboxing career. By early 2025, she stood undefeated with a direct path toward a title shot. Against reigning Rise champion Arina Kobayashi, Mei entered the biggest fight of her life. Unlike previous opponents, Kobayashi wasn't there to be overwhelmed quietly. She fought back hard. Fast combinations echoed through the arena. Blood covered both fighters as the bout transformed into something primal. 5 rounds passed, and the judges still couldn't separate them. An extra round became necessary. One final chance. One final storm, but life delivered pain even during triumph. Months later, someone close to her passed away, a mentor figure tied deeply to her boxing journey. Suddenly, the championship belt meant something different. It became responsibility, memory, legacy. During interviews afterward, emotion overwhelmed her because she understood every victory now carried the weight of someone who could no longer witness them personally. That emotional depth is what separates Mei from ordinary fighters. She isn't chasing fame through trash talk or manufactured controversy. She barely markets herself compared to other rising stars. Her social media following remains shockingly small for someone ranked among the best in the world. Because Miyamoto doesn't sell personality first, she sells results, and the results are terrifying. Undefeated, world champion, former national boxing champion, trained beside Olympic gold medalists, survived bloody wars, adapted across multiple combat sports, all while looking like someone who belongs anywhere except inside violent arenas. That's why opponents keep making the same mistake. They see the smile before they see the danger. They see the cafe-loving personality before they feel the punches. They see someone who looks too kind to hurt anyone seriously. If you enjoyed this story and want more dramatic combat sports documentaries about undefeated fighters, rising champions, and the most terrifying hidden talents in martial arts, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next legend. And tell us in the comments, do you think Mei Miyamoto can become the next global superstar in women's kickboxing, or is the world still underestimating just how dangerous she really is?